All right, let's get started with the news of the week. And quite a bit of news of the past 2 weeks, actually, since I've been gone. Before we do that, let me reintroduce my guest host, Matt from the Life and Times of Whoa of my desktop. That's not what I wanted.
Woo!
There we go. Matt Dixon from the Life and Times of Anime podcast. Say hello to the folks.
Hi, I'm eating a banana.
That you are.
It's a
Okay.
good banana.
It's an important thing. I will tell my banana story some other time. So let's begin with some anime news. Namely, ANN was kind of naughty this week. They leaked an episode of Oremo. As some of you may know, ANN has been simulcasting a couple of anime news this season for the first time. And they've been reporting on these leaks for a long time. People have been, grabbing things and so forth. And there's been lots of debate about this. So ANN finally set up their own simulcasting, and sure enough, an episode leaks out. The second episode of Oremo was essentially grabbed by hackers, and the CEO of ANN, kind of weird they have a CEO, spoke out about that and said basically we're sorry and won't happen again, and we fixed the leak and all that kind of stuff. The thing is, they put all of their simulcasts on hold as a result of that. So that's not a good sign. Usually that's because the original companies, as soon as that happens, they get really worried about how good the streaming is. So that's probably sort of to placate them to say, eek, very scary. So, very interesting.
Mm. That kind of stuff happens a lot with, nearly everything. Films, music, where some part is leaked and the actual producer or web just goes completely mental. I can understand the company that it got leaked from point of view of, trying to keep the company, but at the same time, the project was leaked and they're not happy about it.
Yeah.
So they're not going to trust them anymore. So they'll be lucky if they keep simulcasting.
Right. That's the real worry, is that that's not a good sign for ANN. So we will continue to monitor this and look at it as it goes along. So that's kind of interesting. Speaking of streaming anime, Crunchyroll has ranked the fall 2010 simulcasts by popularity. So we now know of these simulcasts, now we're a couple of weeks in, the most popular ones. At the top, to I think nobody's surprise, is The World God Only Knows. That's the anime about the dating sim fan. Followed by Otome Yokai Zakuro, which kind of surprised me. I'm trying to remember. Oh, that's the one about the yokai in like the Meiji era who's paired with soldiers. Kind of moe-ish. Then up next was, let me pull that up. The second Sora no Toshimono series. Then Super Robot Wars, which is nice to see that number 3, or number 4 rather. Fortune Arterial, Squid Girl, Yumero PCRA Professional, Panty and Stockings at number 8. Then Dengamibachi Reverse and Tante Opera Milky Homes. So apparently, lowly detectives are not popular. Strange. One thing about the Super Robot Wars is that Crunchyroll has the worldwide license for the series. So basically anyone anywhere in the world can go and grab it there and watch it there. So I think that's helping its popularity. From what they were saying, he wouldn't give various numbers, but he said that they're all doing about as well as anime have done in previous seasons. So we're not seeing a drop off in those numbers. So, let's see here. The Kobe Awards came out in the past couple of weeks. So, yay! Kobe Awards are very prestigious awards in the anime industry. The individual award, i.e. award to an individual person, went to Mamoru Hosoda, who deserved it. He directed Summer Wars and The Girl Who Leapt Through Time and those.
Girl Who Leapt Through Time is an awesome film.
It is. Yeah. Everyone go watch that, please. The special... Yes. The special award, which I think is just one of those, special awards, went to Studio... Yeah, they're very Bethel. Went to Studio Biho, who does background art. They only do anime background art. and they've done background art for The Big O, Blood the Last Vampire, Gunbuster 2, Kimi ni Todoke, the original 2 Evangelion movies, Now and Then Here and There, Slayers, actually Super Robot Wars The Inspector, Working, stuff like that. So apparently they do really good backgrounds. I don't know. The Theatrical Film Award went to The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. Which I find kind of interesting that it didn't go to the second Eva movie.
Disappearance was a pretty damn good film.
Yeah, fair enough. The Television Award went to K-On! Yeah. The Network Award, which I assume means like Internet Award, went to the Hatsune Miku concert. And the theme song award went to Only My Railgun by Flipside. For the Tawakagaku no Railgun. So that was the 15th annual Kobe Awards. Very, very cool. And it's all done by experts in the industry. So those are the actual what the industry thinks are cool. So apparently that stuff's cool. Speaking of films, that's another interesting thing, is that Disappearance won, and Not the Borrower Arrietty, the latest Ghibli film, which has been seen a total of 7.5 million times so far, according to the director's blog. This is the all-time record for a Japanese film by a first-time director. Like, not anime, film. Wow. So that's cool. This is only the fourth Studio Ghibli film not made by Miyazaki or Takahata, so this is still kind of unusual. But yeah, done very well. It sold 1 million tickets in its first 3 days, so yeah, it's doing quite well. It's been out for about 12 weeks now. Which we'll talk about.
It's surprising that the films now that are doing best for Ghibli are not directed by the only Hayao Miyazaki.
No kidding. I mean, Miyazaki has always been the front runner. I don't know.
As well with the award thing, I think it's not just about gross income, which a lot of the time it is with awards these days.
Mm-hmm.
But with this award, it seems it's more of a representation of what it's representing. Like with the new Ghibli film, which is a representation of the novel from The Borrowers. Possibly it wasn't as good a novel to film as Disappearance was. I've read both Disappearance and watched Disappearance, and all right. I guess it's not. It's a lot more factors that we haven't considered or other people have.
That's true. That's true.
Because as I said, Disappearance was awesome, and it has a massive following.
That is a good point. Otaku are big in Japan. In many senses. Okay, so speaking of films, the Macross Frontier film, Ituwari no Utahime, came out recently in a hybrid pack. The problem here is that it was released on DVD and Blu-ray, but also as part of this, I think, a game pack. So like you bought the game and you got the movie along with it. It has sold 152,000 copies, ranking number 2 on the Weekly Consumer Software chart. So the number 2 best-selling piece of software in October 4th through 10th. And so the problem is it's not going to show up on like the Blu-ray rankings or anything like that. The DVD version sold 21,000 copies, but that's huge. Apparently, Macross Frontier is really really big in Japan.
Sounds it.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else? This is interesting. The Soul Eater Blu-ray disc box in Japan is going to come out. It'll include the English dub and the English sub on it. Now, normally those aren't those are made over here and not licensed back to the original company. So apparently they grabbed it. It'll be available in Japan in January 26, 2011. So you can get Soul Eater on Blu-ray if you have the a Blu-ray player. The first box containing the first 25 episodes will cost you only $322 US.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
Yes. Welcome to Japanese anime prices.
It's not even that. it's not that bad in the UK. How can it be that bad in the US?
Well, that's the
I mean,
thing.
UK is pretty bad.
Mm.
We're still selling like Series 1 of Naruto for 30 quid.
Mm.
But 320, that's ridiculous.
And that's not even like our price. That's the Japanese price.
So is it nom nom nom? Is it only on Blu-ray? There's no DVD in perspective or anything. There's no DVD at all.
That's a good question. The article only mentions this Blu-ray disc box, so I'm not sure if there will be a DVD at all.
Well, that's just annoying. I'm more like, it's more to do with the DVD Blu-ray wars that's annoying me.
Mm.
I don't like the fact that Blu-ray is taking over because it means I have to buy a Blu-ray drive for my PC, which is a lot of money, and a Blu-ray player, which is also a lot of money, and everything, and you have to. And Ponyo, for one thing, the Blu-ray has tons of special features.
Mm-hmm.
Ponyo has one.
Mm.
One special feature on DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely frigging ridiculous, and that pisses me off.
Yeah.
But, you know, I understand it's similar to VHS and Betamax.
Yeah. They can get away with it. They just can.
A lot of companies can get away with anything these days. Cult followings like the one Soul Eater has, Haruhi has, Miyazaki has, stuff like that. They can get away with anything.
And lest we forget, you know, back in the day, you know, you'd get a VHS tape and it would have 3 trailers and the show. That was all you got. You know, you literally, it was the VHS tape with a little cardboard box. You'd have some trailers on the beginning, and you get the show, and that would be the entire thing. So, and again, that was because back then, you know, there were only 3 people buying this stuff anyway. So let's move on to some more interesting news. Bandai Entertainment at their New York Anime Fest / New York Comic Con panel announced some stuff about Gundam 00 and Gundam in general. The 00 movie will be coming out, hopefully rather soon. Awakening of the Trailblazer.
I knew that was coming. The funny thing is about that title, when I read the news story, I thought it said Awakening, but it's not, it's Awakening, 2 words. Why? Just call it Awakening.
Because they're Japanese and they enjoy weird words, I assume. Yeah, so the other interesting thing is that they're going to re-release Original Gundam on DVD with both the English and Japanese soundtracks. Now initially, at least over here, we only got the English dub simply because it was assumed that no one would ever care about the original Japanese dub. I mean, the folks, but they're finally thinking, well, okay, we'll go back and do it. So all the episodes will be released in 2 parts in 2011. So we'll finally get the original Gundam as it was originally meant to be, minus the episode that Tomino won't allow us to see. So, oh well. Also cool, Gundam Unicorn will come out on DVD. Yes, originally it was only Blu-ray, but because enough folks, like Matt, screamed and yelled and wanted DVD versions. Nah, I'm joking. But enough people said, you know, hey, give us a DVD version, and they said, okay, so that'll come out. They also announced some cast for K-On!, but who cares about K-On!? Me.
So, I haven't watched it enough, but still.
How much of K-On! Have you seen?
I think I've seen almost all of Series 1,
okay.
Other than, like, the last few episodes. It's really good. It's just, like most animes, I've just, I don't know, saw a butterfly and lost attention.
Easy to do.